I just wanted to talk about something that I feel like a lot of people are going through, especially people of my age. So I'm in college, and I know a lot of college students are really struggling, especially when it comes to, like graduating on time and, just getting good grades so you can get into grad school or med school or law school or whatever professional school you do plan on going to after undergrad, or if you don't want to go to any professional school after undergrad and you just feel like I need to get good grades so that I can graduate, get a good paying job, pay back these loans, and get myself established and get on the go. So I have like meltdowns every single day. It's gotten better. I used to just like cry every single day and stuff like that because school is very hard. I find that I have a lot of meltdowns and I'm crying and I'm just like, God, this isn't your will for my life. School shouldn't be this hard. Like, it's really hard. And I would just be so overwhelmed. And until like a few weeks ago, where God really spoke to me and he was just like, girl, you're overwhelmed because you're finding your identity in your academics. So you're looking to these things and you feel like they define you. So if I got like a bad grade on an exam or something like that, and I would look at myself like, wow, I'm inadequate, I'm this, I'm that, and I would really belittle myself. I would really look down on myself, and I was missing the whole point. I was missing God, and I noticed that I hadn't really given my academics over to God. I would cry about it, I would pick myself back up, and then I would do it all over again. It would be a never-ending cycle, but I never fully gave it over to God. I never laid it down at his feet. We all know the story of Mary and Martha, and how Martha was going around doing all these things, and Mary simply just sat at Jesus' feet, and Jesus said that he was pleased with her, and because she just sat at his feet, because she just reverenced him as God, because she just acknowledged him, because her heart was where his heart was. That makes me think of who would I classify myself as in this predicament. Would I be Mary, just sitting at Jesus' feet saying, God, like, I'm just going to sit at your feet with all this stuff going on. I'm just going to sit at your feet and trust that you will take care of this and trust that you will help me get through this school semester? Or would I be Martha, running around doing all these things, studying, staying up late, doing all these things, and God isn't pleased with me because I'm doing all these things, because I haven't fully surrendered my academics over to him? And I don't know if you know the song that talks about my life is not my own. Yeah, like when we sing these songs, we have to truly understand the definition in these words. My life is not my own. My life is no longer my own. I give myself to you. So when you tell God that your life is not your own anymore, you're giving everything, including your academics, to him. I think sometimes when we get saved, we give God half of ourselves and we expect him to still work on the other half that we haven't given him. Well, he's not going to snatch it from you. You have to be willing. You have to willingly give up these things to God. So it wasn't until a few weeks ago that I was just like, God, like, I'm literally just giving my academics over to you. I'm done. Like, I'm tired. Like, my body is physically stressed out. My body's telling me, Cynthia, no more. Like, I'm tired of having meltdowns. I'm tired of crying. I'm tired of complaining to people. And the worst part of it is that people would, they would say, Cynthia, it's okay and stuff like that. But like, no, it's not okay. Like, I'm struggling. It's really hard. I gave it to God, and it may sound like too good to be true. It may sound like, girl, what? But ever since I gave it over to God, things have truly changed for me. Another key thing in this is that when you want God to do something for you, you still have to do your part. Like, I'm sorry guys if this is distracting, but you still have to do your part. You still have to do your share. You can't just say, God, I want a 4.0 this semester, but you sitting down, you're watching YouTube videos, and I'm calling myself out because I did this at one point in time this semester, and I'm just like, how can I tell God that I'm believing him for this, but I'm not even putting in the work that I should be putting in on my behalf? So put in work. take extra hours studying, study groups, reach out to people. There are things you can do to succeed. You know, once you truly find that you can only trust him and that, you know, he will never let you down. These academics will let you down. Your education will let you down. I'm telling you, because I would study for an exam, and then I would get the exam back, and then I would do bad, you know, and it just felt like a smack in the face. And I'm just like, well, what's going on, you know? So I would constantly be let down, and I would constantly cry, and I would just constantly go through this never-ending cycle because I never truly just said, God, here you go. I don't even want it no more, you know? And it also wasn't until I saw these things as useless, to be honest, if I'm going to be frank, because say if Jesus comes back tomorrow, none of these things will matter. Your exam wouldn't matter, your project wouldn't matter, you know. And this is not to say, okay, well, just chill out, cross your hands, your arms, and you relax and forget about school altogether. No, but what I'm saying is that a certain level of seriousness that you have to take this stuff. If you know that you've tried all you could try, and you've studied and you did all you can do to pass a certain class, you know, God will see that effort, and God will reward you. Do as much as you can and then let it go, and then take your hands off of it. You know, it's really not that serious. Yes, we want to graduate on time. Yes, we want to get good grades. Yes, we want to get a good paying job. But at the end of the day, all of this is useless. If Jesus were to come back tomorrow, none of this would matter. And the last time I checked, when I read my Bible, I didn't see anywhere where it says you can get into heaven with a diploma. I didn't see anywhere in my Bible where it said you can get into heaven with a degree. I didn't see anywhere in my Bible where it said you can get into heaven with a bachelor's, with an associate's, with a doctorate, with the master's. I didn't see anywhere in my Bible that it says we can get into heaven with these things. So why is it that we're holding these things at such a high standard? When I laid it at Jesus' feet, and I pray before each exam, and I say, God, give me the wisdom that you gave Daniel to interpret King Nebuchadnezzar's dream. In Jesus' name, amen. And I pray, and I just leave it all to God. I still study. I still spend hours studying. I still do what I have to do. But then I also have to remind myself. I also have to make a conscious decision to remind myself and to tell myself that Cynthia is just school. Want to keep stressing it over and over again. This is not to say neglect your school. This is not to say drop out of school or college or any of those things, but I do want to remind you guys and constantly stress that you cannot find your identity in these things. You can truly only find your identity in Jesus Christ. And until you figure that out, you'll constantly be let down, because professors most of the time don't see your potential. They don't see your effort, and they'll just, I had one professor, I'm going to end with this. I had one professor at my freshman year of college. He told us that if we were to get like a 79.9, for instance, he wouldn't give us that extra point, because when he was in undergrad, he was 1 point away from making the dean's list. So now he's going to pay us back for that. And, you know, I'm just looking at life, and I'm just looking at situations like this, and I'm just like I don't know. So I hope this encourages someone. I hope that you guys begin to see your academics and to see school from a different perspective now. Don't go telling your mom and dad that Cynthia told you to drop out. Don't go doing this and, you know, saying, oh, I was influenced by her. No, take what I'm saying, pray about it. Ask God if it's you that I'm referring to. If you feel like you're taking your education way too serious, especially above him, if you're spending more time studying and not with God, there's a problem. Period. There's a problem, you know, because I think we overlook the fact that he was the one who initially created us. He was the one who gave us the grace and opportunity to be in the school that we're in now. You know what I mean? And for us to put these things above him, it's really selfish, to be honest. I'm speaking to myself as well, because I did this earlier this semester, and God was just like, boop, boop, boop. Don't you know I was the one who created you? Get it together. I hope you guys are blessed, and I love you guys. I'll see you guys soon.